When soldier John Tyree meets an idealistic college student, Savannah Curtis, it's the beginning of a strong romance. Today, we will talk about a 2010 American romantic war drama film called Dear John. Movie spoiler ahead. Relax and enjoy. In 2003, while serving in the United States Army Special Forces, Staff Sergeant John Tyree is shot in Afghanistan. In a voiceover, he recalls a childhood trip to the U.S. Mint and compares himself to a coin in the United States military, before stating that the last thing he thought of, before he blacked out, was you. 2 years earlier in spring 2001, John is on leave in Charleston, South Carolina. He meets Savannah Curtis, a college student, building homes with a group of co-eds for Habitat for Humanity while on spring break. He also met Tim, and his autistic son, Alan. Over the course of 2 weeks, they go on several dates and eventually fall in love. Savannah also meets John's father, who is obsessed with his growing coin collection. Savannah mentions to John that his father may have a form of high-functioning autism known as Asperger's syndrome like Tim's son, Alan. An upset John storms off and becomes involved in a fight, and he accidentally strikes Tim, breaking his nose. Savannah sees the commotion and stops speaking to John. John later apologizes to Tim, who offers to give Savannah a message. Savannah later visits John to spend one last day together. Before John leaves, they make a promise to continue their relationship via letters and vow to tell each other everything. John and Savannah make plans to start a life together after John gets discharged from the Army. However, when the September 11th attacks occur, John's team requests to extend their deployments. Though John personally didn't ask for it, their captain says if anyone in the team wants to stay, all the members will also stay. They were given 2 days leave before the next deployment, and John took the opportunity to go home and meet Savannah's parents. To their surprise, his dad also got ready to go with them, but on the way changes his mind and they dropped him back. John insists that it's his last day, but his nervous dad didn't budge. At Savannah's home, John was warmly welcomed, and Savannah also learned that John had extended his stay and asked him why. They spent the night together by making love passionately. The next morning, his dad and Savannah came to see him off at the station. Their time apart from each other turns into another 2 years. Back in Charleston, Savannah begins to spend more time with Tim, and decides that she wants to work with autistic children. She plans to build a farm and horse stables where they can enjoy the outdoors and animals. Over the next 2 years, John and Savannah's romance continues through their letters. Eventually one turns out to be a literal Dear John letter, in which Savannah breaks up with John. She explains that while she still loves him, she has developed feelings for someone else and is engaged. In 2003, after being shot in Afghanistan, John is encouraged to return home, but he re-enlists for a second time. 4 more years pass, and John is informed that his father has had a stroke, and is sent home to be with him. In the hospital, John reads a letter to his father that he wrote for him. John's voiceover at the beginning of the film was from this letter, in which he told his father that the first thing to cross his mind after he was shot was coins, and the last thing to cross his mind before he lost consciousness was his dad. He cried as his dad held his hand. Soon after, his father dies. After the funeral, John visits Savannah and learns that the man she married was Tim, abandoning her dream of a riding camp for autistic kids because of Tim's fight against lymphoma. Savannah takes John to the hospital to see him. Tim tells John that he was sorry for what he did, as he was worried about his son Alan, who will take good care of him. He was also told John that Savannah still loves John and never looks at him the way he looks at John. Back at the house, John and Savannah enjoy a quiet evening together. John asked Savannah why she didn't give him a chance to at least talk to her before she made the decision. And to which she replied that Tim was sick and needed help. She had no choice but to marry him so that she could help him and Alan. She dare not call him because she will change her mind if she hears his voice. When John was trying to leave, Savannah told him to see him soon and asked John to say the same thing back, but he didn't say it back to her. Instead, he says goodbye to Savannah and leaves, but is distraught. Both of them cried when they are alone. John went to the coin collector and asked him if he would want to buy his father's coin collections, and the man willingly accepted. John requests him to sell it by not separating the mules. He sold all the coins except the valuable mule coin that he found with his father years ago. He donates the money to help with Tim's cancer treatment, then he returns to the military, carrying the mule coin with him as a good luck charm. He later receives a letter from Savannah telling him that they received an anonymous donation that covers all of Tim's treatments, but he succumbed to his illness after only 2 months of receiving the treatment. Months later, John, now a civilian, eventually returns home. While in town one day as he was parking his bike, he sees Savannah at a coffee shop. And the movie ends as they reunite and share a hug. Thank you for listening and watching. See you again soon. Until then, take care.